Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Coming up tonight on Our News, the Deputy Prime Minister promises to deliver for Ragged Island 4 years after Hurricane Irma. Orinthia Komolafe resigns as DNA leader. And the Sports Minister insists someone will be held responsible following an NSA audit. Welcome to Our News, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle Joaquin. Topping news tonight, Deputy Prime Minister and Ragged Island MP Chester Cooper pledging the Davis administration's commitment to restoring Ragged Island as he criticized the former government for dragging its feet on restoration efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. He made the comments as he opened a new airport terminal building, which replaced the gazebo that Irma destroyed. Jasmine Brown reports.
This morning's ceremony was attended by the Deputy Prime Minister as well as other government officials and Ragged Island residents who were grateful for the new terminal.
This ain't no gazebo. This is a full-out terminal building here for Ragged Island. I am very proud of what I saw.
The new airport terminal comes 4 years after the island was decimated by Hurricane Irma in 2017. Cooper noted that the building, which was started 8 weeks ago, will be the model for small airports around the country.
It serves as a testament to what can be done here in Ragged Island and our commitment to you.
The cost of the new facility is $250,000, and Cooper says it is a signal of hope and restoration and only the beginning of what is to come. Irma hit Ragged Island in September 2017, months after the Minnis administration came into office. The devastation led the National Emergency Management Agency to deem the island uninhabitable, something Cooper says is still a sore point for residents.
The damage was so bad that the previous administration shortly thereafter threw up their hands and deemed Ragged Island as uninhabitable. This is still a sore point for us here in Ragged Island. And for the next 4 years, the previous administration had done very little to restore your services. But this did not stop you, the people of Ragged Island, from surviving. You survived with little. No nurse, no administration building, no post office, no government service, no school. I assure you that what could not be done in 4 years has been done here in 8 weeks.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Citing a need to focus on personal affairs, Democratic National Alliance leader Orinthia Komolafe has resigned after serving in the position for 3 years. The announcement comes nearly 3 months after the third party lost even more political capital in the recent general election. Here's Bertha McDermott.
Having done that, I hereby publicly announce my resignation as leader of the DNA, effective immediately.
And with those words, Orinthia Komolafe, the first woman to become leader of a political organization in the Bahamas, closed this chapter of her life. The move came after the party suffered a crushing defeat in the September 16th general election, performing worse than it did in the 2012 and 2017 general elections. After the grueling loss, the party sought to find answers.
Was it because many people did not show up to vote? Was it because our base was not large enough to produce the numbers we wanted? Did the incidents of Dorian and the pandemic and the overall state of economic affairs in the country factor in? Was it because the party had a female leader with a so-called funny name? Was it because we didn't have the funding to match the machinery of the PLP and the FNM?
However, she admitted that being at the helm of a third party was never easy. The biggest problem, funding. In fact, Komolafe said the party secured no major funding leading up to the election despite an operating cost of $100,000 annually.
I spent my own personal funds to the tune of 6 figures to fund the DNA's campaign during the recent elections. The fact is that over these past 4 years, the party has been plagued with financial challenges.
Komolafe was elected leader of the DNA in February 2019 by a margin of 6-1. Upon assuming leadership, she sought to rebuild the party. However, she admitted its current model of operation is unsustainable.
It is simply unsustainable to have a leader that is the main financier of the party's operations alongside members on the leader being the main commentator on the party's behalf, writing of press releases for officers and spokespersons, while performing administrative functions within the organization.
In the run-up to the last two elections, the outgoing leader said she was offered a nomination from both parties but turned them down. As for third parties, she said they're plagued by cannibalism in a race for third place.
This is unfortunate because the base of third parties is simply too small to capture the government, even with an amalgamation of them all. Independent third parties have simply not earned the trust of the majority of the Bahamian people.
Now, as for what's next for Komolafe, she says she plans to continue some personal affairs like her master's degree and a book that she started but placed on hold due to her role with the DNA. However, she said one thing's clear: she does not intend to leave frontline politics. Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
1 month after a damning Auditor General's report of the National Sports Authority highlighted a number of red flags under the previous board, including contracts issued and cars purchased without board approval, Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Bolek says an investigation is underway and someone will be held responsible.
In everything we do in life, if you are head to the helm, you should be held responsible. And whoever was in charge at that time should be held responsible. If this board acts itself in a manner that is not pleasing to the sight of the Bahamian public, and I'm at the head, then I expect to be held responsible.
That Auditor General's report revealed the issuance of several contracts, including a $168,000 contract awarded without the previous board's approval, and the approval of a 5-year, $45,000 contract for landscaping work at a tennis center, not managed by the NSA. The audit also found several instances where people were hired by the NSA without board approval and without the positions being advertised. Bolek was pressed on the matter today during a press conference to announce the NSA's new board members. He said an investigation is underway.
This administration has met some things in place. Things has been reported to us, and at the right moment in time, as we continue to look at the documents, decisions will be made.
When it comes to the $168,000 contract, the Auditor General found that it was signed by the chairman and the contractor, and the money was wired to the contractor's bank account on December 21st, 2020.
My thoughts on the report was that rules and regulations were breached, which if anyone in the public would have seen the report would have come to the same conclusion. And again, if there's any steps to be taken, that will be done not by myself, but by this administration. And I think if the country sit back and wait, if there's something that we feel as though steps must be taken, then that would happen.
The NSA is tasked with managing, maintaining, and operating the National Stadium and the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center. The report also found that 3 cars were purchased for a total of $38,000 without board approval. In presenting members of the NSA's new board today, headed by Greg Burrows, Bolek said they know not to get mixed up.
So when you talk about the persons around this table, the mistakes indirectly or directly that were made in the past, I don't expect to see it to happen again.
The Deputy Prime Minister expressing hope that construction of the school on Ragged Island wraps up in time for students to return to the classroom next September.
I really would like to see the school open next September. There is still a considerable amount of work left to be done. There is a very complicated construction going on here. If you look at the terrain, there are a lot of hills and valleys. Most of these buildings are being built on hills, and if you look at them closely, a lot of them would have basements. Many of them would be built on slopes. It's technical, complicated construction, and I'm no engineering buff, but I know a complicated construction site when I see one. The reality, though, is that the people of Ragged Island have waited long enough. We hope to have school going in the new school building for September.
Cooper toured the construction site today during a visit to the island. The school was one of several government facilities flattened in 2017 by Hurricane Irma, which also destroyed the government clinic. That building is currently under construction, and the Ragged Island MP says the island will finally get a nurse next month. The Minister administration promised to rebuild Ragged Island and make it a green city. However, Cooper called it all fanciful talk.
There's never been a plan for a green island. The former Prime Minister made a fanciful speech to get likes on social media, but there's never really been a plan. The solar array has just came into operation. It's finally been connected to the grid. There's no real tangible benefit yet to the people of Ragged Island. I hope that we will be able to at least see some reduction in the rates that people of Ragged Island enjoy, since we are really using their solar array. The reality of it, though, is that, we have to develop a master plan for Ragged Island.
Clear conditions continue tonight. Greg Thompson has the first look at weather.
Thanks, Kyle, and a happy Friday evening, everybody. Warm evening setting up once again outside our studios. Temperatures managed to get up into the 80s today. A little toasty, but they're settling now into the mid-70s. We will continue to see those temperatures fall off. Clear skies, your winds out of the east picked up a little bit at 7 miles per hour this evening, and your field-like temperature in the upper 70s. Satellite view, ridge of high pressure dominating our weather, dry air mass, and of course those warm temperatures as once again making it into the 80s. Unusual for this time, we should be near the 80-degree mark, and that will continue to be the trend for the evening as we lose those clouds and temperatures will continue to fall off. That's your first look at weather. Your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come, all one family wants is a home for the holidays. And government to announce its decision on public holidays early next week. Stay tuned.
Bahamas Group of Companies is the leader in enabling connected lifestyles throughout the Bahamas. And we do this by utilizing innovative technology and solutions to connect you with the things and people you love.
We exist for our customers. We want to make your experience stress-free and seamless at every touch point.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting our family keep you connected to yours.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
A mother of two is still trying to get back on her feet after her home was destroyed by fire last month. Christina Dragovich has her story.
Right now, we just trying to make it work from asking friends if we could sleep by them for the night or whatever until we get things sorted on until things get better.
That was Tiffany Rubin standing near the ashes of her home in the Haitian community near Cool Acres subdivision. It's been nearly 1 month since Rubens and 2 other families lost everything. The ashes have cooled at the site, but the struggle remains.
Ever since I dropped off my fire report by social services and stuff, but we never really got no help. And at the moment, my kids still don't have any place to go.
But with no way to rebuild and no assistance, Rubens finds herself still relying on the goodwill of others.
Rough, because basically you living under people's roof, and then it's only a small space, and then it's me and my kids. So it's been rough.
Unfortunately for Rubens and her 2-year-old daughter, that means sharing a space with others during the pandemic.
With the COVID situation, I was mainly concerned about my daughter, being around other families, and before we got into the situation, we wasn't around them as much to know what was their health situation. So we still don't know what is what. So I was really scared for my daughter.
Rubens has been trying to get back on her feet. She was only able to salvage passports and other identification before her home was completely destroyed in the November 14th fire.
I started work. I did my orientation yesterday. I just started work today, but how I just started work, things are still a little scarce. So ain't much help from that as yet, because I basically just started.
Despite filing a report with social services, Rubens says she's still without rental assistance. Now she just wants Christmas to feel special for her 2 children.
I feel hurt because I don't even know how my kids will enjoy Christmas. I don't have nothing to give them for Christmas. So I feel hurt, destroyed.
She says rental assistance would be the greatest gift as she works to save up enough money to get her own place again.
If anybody wants to contact me, they can contact me at 816-7505 and ask for Tiffany. And I'll be more than grateful.
Reporting for our news, I'm Christina Dragovich.
The Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development capping off 16 days of activism by observing International Human Rights Day. This year's theme is Reducing Inequalities, Advancing Human Rights. Wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, urged Bahamians to report acts of violence.
Let us continue to be our brothers and sisters keepers and to report any evidence of gender-based violence or domestic abuse in addition to any and all forms of human rights violation. The rate of gender-based violence is unacceptably high, as we know, and it increased during the recent pandemic lockdowns. Therefore, we must remain vigilant. The numbers are horrendous. They are shocking.
Human rights is everyone's inherent right. Women, men, boys, girls, children. Why? Because they exist, and they are all entitled to those unalienable human rights. According to the United Nations, the principles of equality and non-discrimination are at the heart of human rights.
Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, Ragged Island has been one of a handful of islands that have remained COVID-free. The island administrator says that's only because the island has a small population, but also because residents have taken the pandemic seriously.
I think that's just a way of telling you, to adhere to the COVID protocols while you're here, So I think it's mainly the credit should be given to the residents and them practicing safe COVID protocols.
The Bahamas has recorded over 22,000 COVID-19 cases. Well, the government still hasn't made a decision on whether Bahamians will get 2 weekdays off after Christmas and Boxing Day, which happened to fall on a Saturday and Sunday this year. Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Clint Watson, says the previous government had decided on just observing the Monday after Christmas as a holiday, but Cabinet may consider Tuesday as well. That decision should be finalized by Tuesday.
Cabinet it was on the agenda for Cabinet Tuesday passed. There was some discussion, disagreement on both arguments regarding it. No final decision was made, though, because Cabinet ended early on Tuesday. So they will make a final decision on Tuesday coming as to whether or not they will add another additional day or not.
Still to come, a studio thinks outside the box, and a new workshop gives the young and young at heart a chance to just dance. That's coming up when Out News returns.
Bahamas Group of Companies is the leader enabling connected lifestyles throughout the Bahamas. And we do this by utilizing innovative technology and solutions to connect you with the things and people you love.
We exist for our customers. We want to make your experience stress-free and seamless at every touch point.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting our family keep you connected to yours.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You're watching Our News. Welcome back. Snow in the Bahamas. Meteorologists may say it's a long shot, but an out-of-the-box photo studio is making the whimsical a reality. Here's Christina Dragovich.
So Tropic Buzz is an all-inclusive creative studio. It's your really out-of-the-box solution for all of your photo needs.
Lights, camera, action. A new studio space on Montrose Avenue is buzzing with opportunity. Leah Davis leads public relations for Tropic Buzz, explaining the concept was born during the first year of the pandemic.
We recognized a need for creatives to have an affordable outlet that had premium facilities and production facilities at an affordable price.
We got a taste of the Winter Wonderland setup.
So you get a studio, but you also get an artistic director who's going to take whatever your dream is, whatever your idea is, and bring it to life. So like you can see, we're here in this Winter Wonderland in the middle of the Bahamas because somebody wanted to have this Christmas snowy experience for their family Christmas shoots.
But with a powerful camera in your cell phone, is the photo studio experience worth it? Tropic Buzz says yes, because it's about more than just photos.
But also, if you're in the business of creating a video show, if you want to do or start a new video blog, they also have all of the, all of the production needs that you'd need for that as well. But going into the new year, people might want to do New Year's. Birthdays are a popular time if you're celebrating a milestone birthday, Valentine's, so even I think it's a good time to think about, well, okay, let's get those family shoots. Everyone says, well, we haven't done a family photo in so long. So book a Sunday afternoon and you guys can, come in and do that sort of thing as well.
The booking process is all virtual through the Tropic Buzz website, with packages including set design, photography, lighting, and snacks.
As what you'll get is somebody who's going to come, kind of to meet you and say, well, okay, is it you? Is it your family? Is it you and your dog? And really try and think of something that stands out so that everybody's photos don't look the same.
Tropic Buzz invites its customers to bring their magical ideas to life here at its Montrose Avenue studio. So from this winter wonderland for our news, I'm Christina Dragovich.
Well, thanks, Christina. Well, local dancers will get the opportunity to perfect their craft during a workshop hosted by the Bahamas Dance Association. The aim is to put more focus on the art form. It's a workshop to get you moving. Come next week, the Bahamas Dance Association is connecting professional Bahamian and international dancers with those here at home.
Us as dancers, we want to create, we want to dance, we want to come together. So we just figured it would be really good, a networking opportunity for everyone to just come in and have local artists and international artists to just collaborate.
The workshop is open for all, ages 8 and older. A negative COVID antigen test is required. Association members say with dance in the Bahamas not yet at its true potential, it's important to get those interested learning from the pros.
I think we can take dance to a new level, to greater heights in the Bahamas, and I hope that the Bahamas Dance Association can help that mission to come to fruition.
But we also need to get to know one another. We want to get to learn the strengths and weaknesses of the dance community so that we can help in any way that we really can.
The workshop takes place December 18th and 19th. Association President Shawnee Culmer says it's not just for the young, but the young at heart.
So our choreographer is Karan Lin. He's a choreographer from LA. His credits, he's danced with Chris Brown, Rihanna, J-Lo. So he has an extensive background. And a local choreographer, Mr. Ricardo Christie, Makiva Johnson, and Kaylisa Knowles, we will also be collaborating with.
Still ahead, government sprinkles a little holiday magic at Harold de Gregory Complex. Stay tuned.
The Bahamas Group of Companies is the leader enabling connected lifestyles throughout the Bahamas. And we do this by utilizing innovative technology and solutions to connect you with the things and people you love.
We exist for our customers. We want to make your experience stress-free and seamless at every touch point.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting our family keep you connected to yours.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Welcome back to Our News. Nothing but sunshine this weekend. Greg is back with the extended weather forecast.
Thanks again, Kyle, and welcome back, everybody, for your second look at weather. That high-pressure ridge remains in charge of our weather, generating some dry conditions, warm temperatures, and really not much in terms of any rainfall expected across the area. That high will continue through the weekend, strengthening over the next couple of days. So our winds will be picking up. Caution flag will be posted for the boaters out there. But we do expect the frontal boundary to get near sometime by Sunday into Monday time frame. Not much in terms of any weather associated with that, and not much in terms of a cool down. But we do expect reinforcing high behind that. Boating forecast for all areas tonight through tomorrow. Your winds will be out of the east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots. Caution flag posted. Seas running 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. Tide will be low at 7:22 tonight. Here's a look now at your national forecast. A look now at your extended forecast through Friday. That's a look at our weather. Have a safe evening and a great weekend. Back to you, Kyle.
Finally tonight, the holidays have come to the Harold de Gregory Complex as the Ministry of Grand Bahama hosted a Christmas tree lighting ceremony at the government office in Freeport last night. Adorned in blue and white, the tree is a symbol of hope for Grand Bahamians who have endured the wrath of Hurricane Dorian and the effects of the global pandemic. Grand Bahama Minister Ginger Moxie enlisted the help of a few young constituents for the exciting countdown.
As a Grand Bahamian resident and your Minister for Grand Bahama, I pledge to give it my all and utilize every resource at my disposal to get things done. Grand Bahama, action is here. Results are here. And I can assure you that in the new year, our island will advance, our economy will be restored, and our people will continue to be empowered.
However, even as they celebrate the holiday season, Mox acknowledged that there is a lot more work to be done to restore the island and its economy.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, Minister. Light the street. All right.
Well, thank you for joining us for Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Kyle Joaquin. We will see you right back here tomorrow night for Our News Weekend with Jared Hayes. Have a good Friday evening, Bahamas.